with a lot of other countries are very happy to be a part of this, and I feel privileged, to be a part of this. The other thing, Paco is trying to do is the main aim of this online competition would be, yes, obviously because of COVID, we had like a very hard time, traveling to different other countries to participate in global platforms. So I think online games like this will give all the athletes from across the globe who couldn't actually travel because of finances or other factors. It gives every single calisthenic athlete an opportunity to participate in the competition. So that is very nice. So please, Paco, go on. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you very much. And also, I would like to say, it's like Sukadev for Nepal, a very good leader, a very good example, working very hard for the community and building the sport on that side. A person very well respected, and we are very, very glad to be dealing with the whole board of Nepal, working together. And we are looking forward, to be working with more other organizations out in the region of Asia. And to be working on forces together with Sukadev, with Nepal, with India, with other countries, China, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, Korea, building on this sport, all of us together, because at the end of the day, everybody has a common goal. And this is to, get calisthenics recognized as a sport. But this will never happen if we don't do it together. And the first steps throughout the online game competition is, uniting all of each other. Now, I would like to go into some questions about, how will the tournament function, how will the tournament operate, so maybe we should start to explain a little bit more to all the Nepalese communities about questions about the tournament. Jeff,
yes, I just want to say hi to everybody.
Lined up.
Yes, I just want to say hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Sorry for the delay. We've having some technical difficulties, but hopefully everyone's watching is having a great day. As these gentlemen have stated, this is the Q&A for the Calisthenics World E-Games. And we're just going to have some questions. So first of all, thank you, Sukadev and Paco, for your time today, for joining us and dealing with the delays as well. So thank you, appreciate that. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, Jeff, everything's amazing, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for bringing us in this platform together. I think, as I said, we are very honored to be a part of this project. Very honored.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, well, thank you for your time again. Well, I guess let's go ahead and start with the questions. I'm sure everybody wants to know what the Calisthenics World E-Games. For those who don't know, Paco, can you elaborate a little bit? What is the Calisthenics World E-Games?
1 second, I just get a little bit of noise in it. Do you hear everything well?
I hear some static.
1 second. Like this better? Yes. Okay.
The voice is very clear with me.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Okay. Shall we repeat the question again?
Yeah, sure. So, for everyone who's here, the question is, what is the Calisthenics World E-Games?
The Calisthenics World E-Game is the first online global e-tournament, which is being run during the e-martial art tournament together with global associations and international federations of martial arts sports, who invited us throughout our partner Sport Data to organize a competition online during their competitions online, magames.org. What is going on during magames.org is that global organizations like MMA, kickboxing, karate, Muay Thai, ninjutsu are organizing a big global event online, which they have been doing already for many times. And we have come with calisthenics to promote the growth of the sport and create more inclusiveness to calisthenics as a sport, as a bodyweight sport where anybody and anyone can participate in. In this case, we organized together with many organizations participating from different continents and different regions and athletes teams, and the Calisthenics Sports Academy. And Sukadev also is part of these organizations. promoting the growth on the sport on each side of the continent, so that we can create unity, inclusiveness, and show to the world how big, beautiful, and our sport is, to gain our final goal, which is sport recognition, and to provide a high competitive sport structure for any athlete, team, or organization to participate in and to be able to grow the sport. So this is the Calisthenics World E-Games. It's the first unified connection of a global structure for the calisthenics sport.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So just to sum it up, it's a virtual online game that anyone from any continent can join through the Calisthenics Club website, correct?
Yes, correct.
Excellent, excellent. So what disciplines or categories will be in the Calisthenics World E-Games?
The disciplines will be freestyle, which is male and female all over body weight.
Okay.
We will have strength endurance, female all over body weight, and male category minus 75 kg, plus 75 kg. And then we have street lifting, max 1 RM, classic street lifting, females all over body weight, and male minus 75 kg and plus 75 kg.
Excellent, excellent. I guess my next question is, how can an athlete register for this event?
It's very simple. They can register directly to the tournament. You go to www.calisthenicsclub.com. You see on the bottom World E-Games, you see register. You just click on it. You select your continental qualifier. So if you're from Nepal, Asia, India, or any other Asian country, you choose the tournament continental qualifications Asia. You click on it. You register. You have couple of options to register. You can create it with your TCC account, with Google, with Facebook, with Twitter. You can create, register yourself directly to it. So basically, after that, you register. Then you need to select your category, because otherwise we don't know to what you are going to compete. So that is freestyle, strength endurance, or street lifting, and you're in.
Yeah.
Right? And you're in. It is as simple as it is.
4 categories, and that sounds like a fun time. Well, I'm sorry, 3 categories, because you didn't mention para workout, correct?
Yes, para workout is going to be after the World E-Games.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So are we? We're going to be judging what for the criteria? I mean, for the categories. Who's judging what? Because I know there's judges here, and we wanted to know who the judges are.
Okay, well, basically, from every single organization, in this case, a Nepali organization, Sukadev, they will have, let's say, people participating into judging, but also from other organizations like Prava Strana Ulice, who are the head of the Strength Endurance Committee. We have the ISF organization with the certified judges judging the street lifting part. Then we got the Calisthenics Sports Academy, which is with Vadim Olenik, Vitaly Fechuk, Sergio Ordóñez, Samuel Sotoksin, Victor Kamenov, Simone Ming. They are all part and are judges of the Calisthenics World E-Games. Although the qualifiers, they will be judged throughout a lot of organizations, and the super finals will be divided among the elite coaches of the Sports Academy and several other judges of the organizations.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. It's a big event. It's a worldwide event. And I'm going to say that anyone can qualify and anyone can compete in this World E-Games, correct?
Yes, anybody can participate and anybody can compete. There is no restrictions, no age restrictions. It's to create inclusiveness. It's to give people the opportunity who maybe never have competed, but they know they have a high level, or they have an intermediate level, or a beginner level. So it provides a full competitive structure without no stress, no pressure, in your own time, at any place to participate. Just to let you know, a lot of organizations around the world, like Team Flux Association from Romania, during the last Balkan tournament, they gathered around all the team on the park, and they made a mini event on their park. And I know a lot of other teams and groups around the world is doing the same at the minute. They're gathering everybody around to compete and to record themselves, because we are a street workout sport. Yeah, we connect, we unify. If you see all the places, around the world, some places they don't have a Barmania rack or whatever. they have sticks and poles somewhere, and they are strong, and they're also competing. So it doesn't matter. And this is the beauty about the sport, because it's about unifying and connecting all of each other together, and then showing this to the world. And throughout all the video submissions we will have internationally, we will be able to see how these communities function, how these teams are functioning, who are the athletes. This is going to be something very interesting and very beautiful to see.
I'm excited. And I guess let's continue on with registration, because I'm sure a lot of people have this question. Is there any fee to sign up?
No. It's completely free. As I said from the beginning, we are promoting the growth of the sport, and we want everybody actually to participate and to give the opportunity to train, to be part of the global, a unifying sport of calisthenics, and to compete and to gain points on the ranking system that they can take along with them for the next competitions coming up, either nationally or internationally.
Excellent. Thank you, Paco. I have another question, because we were talking about the qualifying rounds previously, just a few minutes ago. So we already know that there's going to be judges qualifying the videos that we upload, or the athletes upload, but what is it that is going to help us get into the next round, into knockout round?
Sorry, one more time?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So what is gonna help an athlete qualify to get into the next knockout round? So for example, it can be freestyle, for example. What do they have to qualify to get into the next round of knockout?
1 second.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. I have very bad sound, so I can't. So the question was how they can qualify themselves to the next round, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Well, basically very simple. Every single discipline, freestyle, strength endurance, or street lifting, has its own sets of rules and regulations and own way of recording video. So once you have submitted the video, referees, they will go inside and judge it. They can only give the judgment once, because it's been set up to avoid any kind of fraudulent judging or unfair judging. Basically, the tournament and the tournament mode and platform is as close as to real-life competitions, as it's been used by very other big sports as well. So basically, in this moment, you upload the videos in the round. Let's say freestyle, you've been judged on 5 elements. Each element is 5 points, and then the top 5 of the qualifying rank will qualify per continent. All right. Also, and that counts for every category, every discipline. So the top 5 of each category and discipline qualifies for the super final 32 single elimination bracket KO phase. Then also there is 2 wild cards per continent, per discipline. So if you became 6th or 7th, this can happen, and your points level, is on the top among all the continents for this discipline. Then you will qualify with a wild card to the final.
Excellent. So there's top 5 and then 2 wild cards per discipline to move on. So a total of 7 will be moving on to the next round.
Yes, it's 5 per continent. So 5 times 6 is 30, and then an overall 2 wild cards per 6 continents.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, Paco. Thank you. A question for Sukadev. What are you looking forward to as far as the athletes to put out in this competition?
So far we have been organizing street workout competitions here in Nepal in a national scale. So we have pretty good athletes who are practicing strength endurance. As of freestyle and street lifting, that is something that we have never competed in a national level or internationally. So we're looking forward to a very good performance of our athletes in this strength endurance part. And obviously most of our athletes are under 75 kilograms. So on that aspect, we're looking forward to this. In terms of freestyle, we haven't had the safety mat, in all of our branches. So it's very hard for athletes to record the video and also to practice it with confidence, because once they fall, they might hurt. So the straight lifting part, we've had a physical briefing a week ago, and the athletes are pretty much convinced on how the disciplines are, or how the recording should be done on the rules and regulations. Some of them were already practicing the weighted calisthenics for pull-ups and dips. So again, most of our athletes will be registering on the below 75 category.
Okay.
But yeah, we're looking forward for a very good performance on the strength and strength endurance part. So let's see how it works.
Well, I wish the luck to everyone who's going to be competing in any discipline for that matter, or any category. So good luck to everyone competing. I have another question for you. What are you looking forward to as far as? Sorry, I just asked that question. Back it up. What piece of advice would you be giving any athlete competing in this year's competition?
So anyone competing from Asia or Nepal, especially, the only thing that I would like to say is, this is a competition against yourself. Just give your best. It's not about competing with someone else in the community. We'll look that up in future. So once we become very good, and we can send our athletes in the international platforms to compete, to represent our nation. But for now, it's a start. It's a way of gathering all the people from across the globe, so we get to know each other. We get to know a lot of people from different countries. Their way of contributing, or their way of handling how calisthenics community is being organized, or is being united across the other nations. So I think it's more getting to know the sport, rather like being very, very competitive, or so there are a few athletes saying, oh, if I don't be in a position where I don't win, I wouldn't even participate. So that's some people think in that way. So I think everybody is very welcome to participate. Again, it gives Nepal and a lot of Asian countries and a lot of other countries an exposure in a global level. So I think that is something we look forward to for now. And anyone who's competing, I think that is something that we need to focus on. Anything you do, you give your best. So we want to wish every single athlete who's participating, as who's competing in the athlete, the very best. So whoever deserves the win, they deserve the win. So now in Nepal, we are still, in a very. It's been around 4 or 5 years in Nepal that we've been practicing calisthenics. So it's not a very a big amount of time to develop calisthenics as a sport, but we're getting there.
Excellent. And I think that's a good piece of advice for anyone competing. Just remember, guys, this is a competition, but most of all, it's a competition within ourselves and against ourselves to give our best on the bar. Whether it's freestyle, strength and endurance, street lifting, no matter what category it is, give your best and give it everything, give it all you have. So thank you for that. Paco, do you have anything else you would like to add for the athletes?
Well, basically, I would like to know if there is any questions or maybe things that we need to explain more, or somebody wants to know some more things about the World E-Games, registration process, categories, rules and regulations, judging, anything else, prizes. What would you like to know? Please ask us.
Okay, so yeah, let's take this opportunity to go to the public and get some questions from the public. So guys, as Paco stated, is there any questions or any doubts that you would like for us to clear up and answer? Go ahead and comment now, so we can go ahead and answer your questions or clear up any doubts you may have. Don't be shy, guys.
तिमीहरू कसैलाई क्वेसन छ भने प्लिज डु कमेन्टमा लेखिदिनु है in English if possible. So Paco will help you out with any queries that you have. Jeff, other suggestions that for the athletes that I would like to present would be, if anyone's recording the you'll be busted anyway. In the finals, you might be out. So it's not a matter of just being qualified. So be very honest and loyal on whatever the videos you're posting on. So there is a set of rules that we have all that we have briefed our athletes in Nepal, especially, and we make sure every one of our athletes are in 100% discipline in terms of the honesty. So I would like to request the same to all of the athletes participating.
I agree. I agree with you, Sukadev, and we've stated this before in our previous podcast and Q&As, where we will be looking, the judges will be looking at the videos very closely for anything that looks like editing, anything that may be sped up or slowed down. So just be honest with yourself and have integrity. And first of all, you know, I think we want to promote the sport in a honest way, that as we all can. So I think that's a good thing and a good point to bring up. So no cheating, guys.
I think we had a question from someone. If we missed it,
let's take a look here.
Yeah, so very, very important is what they both mentioned, that no editing is allowed. This is the reason that every continent has its match code. So always how the recording starts, and you can see this in the tutorials about how to record your video, is that you show your match code, which is given into the tournament system. You state your name and the discipline you're competing for. You know, for the final, what will happen is, let's say, after the qualifications, let's say strength and endurance in this case, because I know a lot of Nepalese will participate in strength and endurance, or anybody else for any other discipline. We will announce what will be the second round for strength and endurance. The exercises, they will change. So after the qualification round, the final round on how to compete for strength and endurance will be announced afterwards. So you will have some days to prepare yourself to execute for the 32 single elimination bracket. This can be routine. This can be single exercise. It's going to be a surprise. This is to keep the excitement going, for you to know, not to know how to prepare. So on the qualifier, it's easy. You know the 5 exercises, maximum repetition, 1 minute video, full non-stop, perfect form. All right, strict form. All right, every single rep is 1 point. All right, which is a correct rep. Yeah. On the final, super final, this can all be changed for strength and endurance. Street lifting, though, dips and pull-ups all the way. It's an all the way rank. All right, as max 1 RM is. All right, freestyle. Yeah, and you know, it's about a lot of things and a lot of elements. So 90-second video for the qualifier round, you know, about freestyle, and this will continue on the final, which battles each other in the 30 single elimination bracket KO phase. So very important to know, no editing in the video, and you need to keep up to date to the rules and regulations, you know, passing from qualification to final rounds.
Paco, let me stop you there. There is a question from Santos asking when is the new deadline for the video submission for qualification?
Yes, we will announce this this weekend, all right? Because we are going through a lot of registrations at the minute. As we had to start the 20th, we will most probably extend the registration deadline until the 31st, but we will officially announce this, you know, by the end of the weekend. As we have all the points done, because, you know, we are registering a lot of countries and a lot of athletes and teams are participating, and they're asking for more time to prepare themselves. So we will announce this, by the end of the weekend, the final deadlines and tournament times.
So stay tuned, guys, to all the social medias for new announcements regarding qualification rounds and deadlines. We'll be posting up this weekend.
From our end as well, we'll have to post it about the new deadline. Santos, I mean, if you're from Philippines, if you have an organization, please message us so we can actually keep in touch. Jeff, would you like to say something about Calisthenics Hub, because that is something that we never had any conversation on. So I would like to get to know you and the organization, man.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that opportunity to allow me to explain what the Calisthenics Hub is all about. So as you guys know or may not know, my name is Jeff. You can find me at Jeff_Calisthenics. I am the co-founder and CEO of the Calisthenics Hub, which is an organization that empowers and motivates people through calisthenics while elevating the sport in a professional level. Paco and I were able to work together to promote this wonderful event. So that's just a little bit about us in a really short form. We love to promote all the athletes. We love to promote all the wellness that comes from calisthenics, both the physical and the mental and the spiritual, and just kind of just elevate the sport in a professional way and just raise awareness that the sport is not only just a sport, but also a lifestyle.
Indeed, man. This is indeed a lifestyle, and it's still more than that. It's a discipline that is applicable in any aspect of our life. So in Nepal,
Great.
we are trying to engage a lot of young guys into calisthenics so that they learn a form of discipline which can actually help them in the future life. So a lot of young athletes from here, they understand it, and they are turning into leaders, and they are actually producing other leaders from the new generations, and that is an ecosystem that we are trying to encourage a lot of local population, where we try and scale down the calisthenics movements. A lot of people think, once they see a muscle up, people above 40 or 50 years of age, they think it's not for us. So we're trying to scale down a lot of exercise just to body weight and very simplify them so that they could actually participate in most of our training sessions. Paco is already doing an amazing job unifying all the countries, and that is something everybody, every single organization from across the country, they dream to have this kind of atmosphere where we get to know a lot of countries. We get to know how things are operated in a lot of countries, so we can live and learn. Paco, do you like to add up anything from how you've been operating and what your future goals are? In terms of unifying the sport and also contributing towards the calisthenics community.
Yes, of course. Well, we have been busy the last 2.5 years. We started to unify the whole calisthenics and street workout communities to make this a better place, to structure out, to see who is who, what is what. As the sport is still divided, and this is a long process we are working on, we have managed to gather around the majority of the organizations together to start working together. Although there is still other organizations, having their communities and their, things running, the eventually goal will be that all of us start to work together and to make this one sport and to grow it to the final destination that, most of the people want to have sports recognition officially. This can only happen if it's all being done together. 3-4 organizations, communities, will still bring a split up. It will not bring any health to the athletes for a high competitive sports climate, future development. This is based on sports development. Although we have been working a lot on social projects, expanding calisthenics on a European level together with the European Union. We are looking forward to expand more projects and create more inclusiveness in activation of health, exercise, getting people actively involved in calisthenics on a day-to-day basis, and bringing calisthenics to the mass, so it becomes a daily routine in people's life that they can do from whenever and wherever they want. For example, we are holding every weekend free workshops in the Netherlands to activate people for exercise. And, we're getting like people coming from any single age, 65 plus, wanting to learn on how to exercise, improve their strength, mobility, whatever, fitness goal they have. And we are teaching them this throughout the calisthenics method. Another very important point, and I know Sukadev, and I know a lot of communities around the world are dealing with this, as calisthenics is sport, street workout, which comes a lot of times in all kinds of urban areas around the world, which provides a training method where people actually don't need to pay for to go to a gym. So anybody can teach it, and anybody can learn it to stay active and health on a basic way, right? Still, we need guidance. Still, we need to have explanation on how to perform this exercise is good, but it provides an opportunity for kids, our future. I have two daughters, and when I look at them, they provide for a lot of communities all around the world that they can change their lives. Maybe bad things happen to them. Maybe they made bad decisions, or they're in not financial, economic, places to be able to support, lifestyles like we do here in, for example, the Netherlands or anywhere around there. And I think through sports, throughout bodyweight sports that everybody can practice, and where the big competition is with yourself, right? Improving yourself and pushing yourself every day. I think it's something very, very important, because it gives people the opportunity to change, and not people, children, the youth, and anybody else, to change their lives, to improve their lives, to give an opportunity to go from doing nothing, from becoming, an athlete or a trainer, or somebody involved in, health and development, and then working on other social project and starting to create, a financial income for himself and for the basic, to able to, do this throughout a sport, based on your own body weight. I think it's something very, very important part of our sport that comes along with things like competitions, like we're organizing now, and social parts. And this is what TCC has been working a lot to create both ways, which, competitive wise, high competitive structure, to create a commercial part, because as a sport, we also need to create income, because otherwise, how are we going to finance all these projects that we are running? It will not fall from the sky. And then we need to help the people to learn about exercises, health education, throughout bodyweight movement. This, what we are working on globally, we'll keep doing, and we will keep helping countries grow, organizations grow, all around the world.
There is one question from Manish Gautam. I think he wants to learn how the ranking system is being operated. I think that's the question he had. If I'm not wrong.
The question is,
I can't really see what's been commented in my phone.
The ranking is very simple. Yeah, you upload the videos, you receive points. After the draws have been done, there comes, the announcement of the results, and then on the platform you will see the results of the event. So the instant results, will be the points, and there you will see the ranking from top to bottom, on who's number one, who's number two, who's number 3, etc. And these same points you will keep. So even though if you didn't qualify, your points will stay on a global rank. All right. And the more tournaments you participate in the future, the more points you will be getting. So the more prizes you will be able to. All right. Then you move on to the next final round, and there it's going to be for freestyle and strength endurance, a KO phase. So I received the points of the
All right, that's great. Jeff, you have anything to say in terms of how how you feel about all of these competitions that's being held?
Yeah.
For me, I want
go ahead. Sorry.
Before we jump into making it a calisthenics recognized sport around the globe. Obviously, all of us are focusing in one or some disciplines that are very common to all the nations. So that's one very important thing. At the same time, most of the countries are having their own sort of competitions in the national level. But that will get along. I think we also should be very concerned about how calisthenics community is, actively engaged in having, people's in changing people's lives directly or indirectly in a community. So in that matter, we we have a lot of team leaders in Nepal who I'm very proud of, and we've been trying to incorporate a lot of local population to be engaged in calisthenics. As we say, calisthenics is one of the foundations of any sport you want to get into. So it works wonders, So for me, I started calisthenics when I was in the UK in 2011, sort of. And from then on, I got along in bodybuilding, and I'm still competing in powerlifting. We also do a lot of CrossFit. And what I realized is calisthenics was the foundation of whatever sport that I'm practicing right now. And I think it goes the same for every single athlete from in any sports. So getting them into calisthenics, getting younger population into calisthenics is very crucial, and that is something that we are trying to incorporate in Nepal, because this is for free of cost in every single branches of our country. It makes it even more popular and more attractive as a sport, because there is no monetary involved. So we're trying to do that, and maybe once we are unified, once we get to know a lot of countries, we can practice this across the globe, providing sort of free classes for a lot of local population, so they get into the sport, and then we can look for other ways where you can also commercialize and make some money out of it to help, obviously, our community to grow.
Yes.
What do you think, Jeff?
I agree. As we mentioned before, and as I mentioned, calisthenics is a lifestyle, right? So set aside from the discipline and training, how can this type of workout or this type of sport can be applied to our lives in many ways. The discipline, the guts to not give up, the fact that things are hard. As we know, calisthenics skills, whether it's your first pull-up, a planche, a front lever, a muscle up, it's hard. And there's always a journey to get to master that level or that skill. So if you apply that to your life, where as long as you create a plan, a structured plan, and you're consistent about that plan, you will achieve any goal. So same thing, as long as you create a structured workout plan for, let's say, a muscle up, and you're consistent with that, you will achieve that goal. So just same principles apply to our lives. One way that we like to promote the sport is through interview podcasts that we host on our YouTube channel and Spotify. So this allows us to kind of connect everyone on a more global level and show that anyone can do it, because in reality, it's anyone, no matter what age, no matter what sex, no matter any demographic, or even any incapabilities. I've seen people that are in wheelchairs, that may have a prosthetic leg or have some sort of situation, and they overcome that with calisthenics, and that to me is more motivational and very inspiring. So I completely agree with you. Set aside from commercializing the sport, let's be real, we're going to need the commercial aspect of it to finance all the projects that we would like to have and live off the sport, but also the community aspect of the sport, which is to grow and develop and inspire many more. Because at the end of the day, this promotes a great way to live a long, healthy lifestyle for as long as we live. And as you mentioned, it's a foundation to any sport, because it's pretty much instinctual movement. If you look at it, functional strength, functional movement. So I completely agree with you.
I like the word, man. That's very functional. Calisthenic workout, be that a muscle up, it's a functional movement that we always use in our real life scenario. So we try and convey the same thing in our workshops with the Nepal Army, Nepal Army recruits or Nepal Army instructors or Nepal police instructors, saying, anything that is functional, it helps us in the real life. And calisthenics being one of the best workout to be to practice, which is, we can use local resources. There is no equipment involved. There is it is nearly completely free of cost, and there's so many things that is so much attractive than the other ways of getting fit. There is no money involved. So you basically you try and engage a lot of people to become healthier and fit, just using local resources around them. So if you just have a bar, you can do a lot of exercise in the bar, and that is something that we are trying to promote here in Nepal. Hopefully we'll have this kind of common agenda across the globe. I think time is pretty much running out again. This conversation was meant to be for the e-competition that is going to happen, that is actually happening. And again, as per the deadline, a lot of athletes from Nepal were, assuming that the deadline was 16th of October this coming week. But as the registration is getting a lot busier. I think there is a hope of extending this deadline till the 31st of October, which is yet yet to be confirmed officially. But I think that is something we are looking forward to. 31st of October. There is a festival time here in Nepal, so a lot of athletes are out of their city to visit their friends and family in their permanent address. So some of them will be here very soon, and we'll try and upload the videos in the website. Most of our athletes are already briefed on how to register in the website, and also about the rules and regulations. We have the video from Vadim and the other gentleman. We also upload that from our end. Again, anything that you require from our end, from Nepal, we're always there to help to grow this community together. Whenever you have time available, please visit Nepal. We'll show you places that we would love to show you the places and the things that we have done to promote calisthenics here in the country. And the other thing is, yes, calisthenics has become a very prominent and promising method of getting fit, because obviously because of the COVID and stuff, outdoor training has been very popular these days. And being calisthenics is a complete outdoor fitness methodology, where I think things like competition or social contribution, everything is helping towards the upliftment of this community and this sport together. So
agreed.
Anything just to have your final say, Paco and Jeff, we can have our say, and then we'll end this podcast.
Yes. So I am very well. Thank you very much for the time, Sukadev, and for all the athletes and people participating on this podcast, and for Jeff for organizing it and hosting it together with George. Thank you very much. We are looking forward to the next podcast, which will start in, I think, an hour or two, with the Serbian Association Prava Strana Ulice. Well, you're all welcome to jump in there. They also have been organizing the Balkan E-Tournament, which was recently done this summer, which was a great success. So we're looking forward for anybody who just jumped in or want to learn more. In 2 hours, we will go live with Prava Strana Ulice, the Serbian Association, and Nepal. And Sukadev, thank you very much. And we're looking forward to all the athletes having a great competition all around the world, and just enjoy and have fun. This is the main thing.
Yeah. One final word for all of our athletes who are watching us right now. It would be my humble request to follow the Calisthenics Hub and the Calisthenics Club. There are two different accounts, so that we keep in touch with their updates on how the competitions are being held, or whatever the new updates. We get to know the updates very soon. So the Calisthenics Hub and the Calisthenics Club. So I'll mention that in my story. I'll just take a screenshot of this So smile, 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so I'll just post this and
participating here in the podcast and for listening. I want to wish everyone who's competing the best of luck. Leave it all out there on the bar, 110% all the time. And let's live and empower everybody and grow the sport even further, guys, as we know we can and we will.
Yeah, every single one of us, no matter how small, how big our contribution is, we are contributing a little, and that's how the sport is developed. That's how the community is developed. And I will look forward to seeing you all 10 years later, in the same community. We hope to see you, achieve a lot bigger things in terms of calisthenics sports or calisthenics contribution. And again, we have a lot of good podcasts from Jeff, and maybe in future, if you want us to be a part of this, please let us know. We'll be privileged, to be a part of that as well. And Paco, good luck for the other podcasts. I know you're very busy. Thank you for taking your time out, and also
my pleasure.
Having us the very fruitful podcast. We'll have that again in the future very soon. I hope. Well, if
yes,
you get time.
I agree.
Yes, looking forward to it. Okay, thank you very much, and see.
Thank you, Paco. Thank you, Sukadev.
Thank you,
Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
See you guys soon.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. All right.
And Sukadev, that's a yes. That is a yes to your question. It would be an honor to have you on the podcast, and we will.
We have some of our team members as well, so we can discuss a lot of things that is related to calisthenics. Thank you so much,